All right, so today we're going to be talking about how you can use Domo and an integration platform to perform lots of automated actions in different systems. So to begin, um, I really like Domo for a couple reasons, right? The first reason is it's very good at extracting data from lots of different data sources. Domo's App Store has lots of different connectors. And then also its storage and transformation layer is super helpful to program business logic that then can be used to perform certain actions in destination systems. And so in this example that we're doing today, we're going to be taking data from different systems, transforming it using Magic ETL or dataset views. There's lots of different transformation tools in Domo, and then writing it back out to systems using a custom writeback connector. And iPaaS, that is just a fancy word for an integration platform. There's a lot of good ones out there. So for example, Zapier, Workato, Make, these are all ones that are really helpful. They're also free to get started as well. I like them because there's so many different integrations you can do. So over here on Zapier, you can think of it has thousands of different integrations, right? MailChimp, Slack, anything that you can think of. I can type in here. Let's see, do they have a DocuSign integration? They do. So in this case, we're leveraging their connectors on the write back side so that we can write back and perform actions in different systems. The secret sauce to making this all happen is a custom write back connector that takes a data set, and for each row in that data set sends over a form payload to the iPaaS solution. And then that iPaaS is able to take the payload and perform other actions with it. So in this case, we're using a webhook connector where Domo's going to send the payload to this webhook connector. It's going to feed through this automation. And in this case, it'll write a row to Google Sheets and send off a Slack message. And so today I'm going to show you how you can use that write back connector to perform this. So coming into my Domo instance, I'm just going to type in here, make writeback. I'm in the Domo community instance, and I've created a custom connector here. If you'd like to try it, you can also just come into the community instance. Feel free to Slack me or message me here on YouTube if you want to get access. But we'll just click get the data. And in this case, if you haven't done this before, you're going to have to put in your Domo client ID and secret from developer.domo. I've already done that. So in this case, I'm just going to say that I'm using those credentials. And now what we're going to do is we're going to say our report is a webhook scenario, and then we'll put in the dataset ID that we want to write back to make. So in this case, let's take this Salesforce opportunity data. So I'm just going to copy the dataset ID from up here and paste it in. And then the webhook URL, this is where when you're coming in to the integration service, you'll create a trigger here and then copy this webhook address. This is where we're going to send our payload. So we'll copy that in, make sure that copied correctly, click next. And then I'm just going to do this manually for now. And what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that this is working properly. So over here on my integration platform side, I can say run once, and it's going to wait for a webhook. And so in this case now, let's just call this a test. We'll save it. And now what's going to happen is it's going to be looping through that data set, right? So if we come back to our diagram right here, we're on this write back side. So for each row, it's going to write that row to as a payload, as an HTTP request to the destination. If I come back here, we should see that it started to run properly. And actually, we can see a couple things. So first of all, my Slack is blowing up. I can see getting all these new accounts. I can also come over here and probably see in real time this Google Sheet being populated. Let's see if that... Okay, looks like they already populated. So in this case, we're able to make a multi-step automation from the business logic that we programmed on our Domo side. We're able to take a data set, feed it into this make scenario, and for each row, it can write out different things. You can also do custom logic here too. So we could do conditional, branching, looping, all that kind of great stuff to perform actions in lots of different systems. So I think this is pretty powerful, honestly. Like I love using Domo with an iPaaS solution just because I think Domo is a good way to extract and transform data and then to write it back out to different systems and perform actions. You can leverage these different platforms here. So I definitely recommend you try those out. Things like Zapier and Make are easy to get started with. I have lots of tutorials on Make on this channel, so I'm a big fan of that. So feel free to watch those as well. But if you'd like to try out the writeback connector, you can do so in our Domo community instance. You would just come into here into our App Store, and this should get published to the broader Domo App Store pretty soon. But we have a Make writeback, and then we also have a couple other writeback connectors coming out. So hope you found this helpful. Thanks.